When I think about kind of the dialogue that's gone on between the US and China, it's verged from contention to kind of techno-nationalism. But I think at the end of the day, I have a big question as to when we will actually see some kind of regulation happen that protects the US, if that's what lawmakers want. What's your take on that?
Specifically on AI, federal policymakers and state policymakers are in fact-finding mode right now. We're working closely with them and all of our member companies at TechNet to make sure they understand that the technology can be rolled out in a safe, responsible way. We saw an instance yesterday that was very unfortunate. We certainly want to avoid that anytime going forward. And I think that Twitter probably learned some things from that instance and will hopefully safeguard it going forward. But all of the companies that I work with and all the federal policymakers I work with understand the great potential of AI, especially in the medical realm. And so we don't want to not take advantage of that. It can help us solve a lot of issues and a lot of problems that we face. But it will take some time for federal policymakers to put some regulations in place. I think that we'll see that in the coming year.
Mm-hmm. And Congress has been nothing if not reactive when it comes to regulating tech. There have been industries like social media where we've seen whistleblower after executive touted down to Capitol Hill with big concerns, but no actual regulation. Do we need a big moment, a big scary moment for that kind of fact-finding mode to end and for actual regulation to take place?
Well, I think that policymakers at the federal level are being very wise in that they don't know all that they need to know about the technology. And I think that they're taking that very seriously. We've seen a huge uptick in hearings and people appearing in Congress. You saw Sam Altman just recently. Others will continue to meet with Majority Leader Schumer and also other committee chairs. And also the White House and the agencies are also putting forward their own task forces on this. I do hope that it's not a big scary moment that does, cause everyone to clamp down on this. I think that, all of our American technology companies are very focused on safe, responsible rollout of artificial intelligence. It is already being used and used well in lots of instances, and we just want to increase that activity and apply it to a lot of different really great applications. And policymakers are wisely trying to really understand what they don't right now about how it can be used and used well.
Right. We certainly need the right policies in place to move forward on that. Sometimes it's easier to identify the wrong policies. What would be an example of the wrong policy when it comes to potentially regulating AI?
Well, I think that, in some instances, if you saw just a complete clamp down on there will be no use of AI at all, and we will be looking for companies to prosecute if that happened. That's an extreme situation. I don't see that happening. But, policymakers, as I mentioned before, they very much understand the wonderful potential of AI, how it's being used right now to increase output. For example, the Moderna vaccine for COVID, that was found so rapidly because AI can find so many tests and solutions to a problem. So there are wonderful applications of this technology, and I think that policymakers are wisely understanding that and are wanting to take it slow and make sure they understand exactly all the things that they don't know, good and bad, for how it can be used. And American technology companies take that very seriously, too. You've seen all kinds of frameworks put out, especially by Google and Microsoft, that really lays out the responsible and safe use of artificial intelligence. And I think that that's the right way to go.
In the meantime, there's a lot of talk of perhaps maybe putting together a federal data privacy law that would protect the data of all consumers and businesses, give people some certainty. To what extent is Europe a model for what to do or what not to do?
Yeah, there are a lot of good things to learn from the European model. First of all, they made sure that there was one national standard for the continent. Right now, we have 9 states already that have enacted their own privacy laws. California was the first, but 8 others have followed. And just this year alone, we had 28 states that introduced 56 different privacy laws. TechNet is very involved with federal policymakers on a daily basis, advocating for one national standard.
Right.
We want one national privacy law that will give all businesses in America the rules of the road that they need to adhere to, their responsibilities, and also so consumers will know their data is protected and they know exactly what to expect.